So you may be thinking, why is this for me? This is a soul led invitation to join like minded souls, really for the highest good of all, including yourself. It's really an opportunity, we believe, to raise your frequency, and actually that of Avalon, because you're going to be here bringing your light here and beyond with divine consciousness, divine frequency. It's an opportunity to clear limiting beliefs, misbeliefs, as I call them, those blocks and those patterning, yeah, and that conditioning, to go beyond that, to become aware of it, to bring them into awareness, to heal from that, and therefore to create stronger, deeper relationships with yourself, with the divine, with your inner sacred feminine and sacred masculine together, and others, of course. We believe that this is going to bring about for you more peace, more stillness, more knowing thyself, yeah, knowing yourself, which in turn brings about that more peace and being able to drop into that depth of stillness. We also believe it's going to be an opportunity to reclaim your true essence, that authentic essence of divine love, wholeness and oneness beyond the illusion of separation. And really, we think it's an opportunity for all of us, including David and I, to up level, to lead in this great shift of our time and to shine brightly, inspiring others to do the same. And I think there's also going to be something here around what I call being in the slipstream of abundance. Yeah. And for me it's about understanding when we are in that wholeness and oneness, what that means. The fact is that, love is love, peace is peace, joy is joy, abundance is abundance. It's not abundance with I'm having a bad day, I'm having an off day, or I don't deserve it today. It's like being, when we're in that true frequency, when we're in divine consciousness, then we just know without a shadow of a doubt that everything that we need is there for us when we're following our soul's desires, as opposed to the ego's desires. So it's just being in that slipstream of consciousness and faith and belief that comes with that. And there's another point, I think, for me, which is important, which I think this work enables us and demands of us actually to have more clearer communication. What I mean by that, clearer, more authentic, and being more aware of, the egoic trickiness that can come in with communication, beguile, yeah, which of course creates stronger, better, deeper relationships within ourselves and with others. And then the added bonus is that I believe we'll get to have an opportunity to have a deeper relationship with Mary Magdalene. And as the profound guide that she is, then that's also an opportunity for you if you wish to take it. David, do you want to add a little bit more about what to expect?
I will, and I love that, being in the slipstream of abundance. I don't know where you came up with that one, Rachel, but I'm going to write that down and use that myself, actually.
You're welcome to it.
And you just mentioned about, Mary Magdalene as a guide, and we were talking beforehand that, we're the guides for this retreat. And quite often we don't say, actually, this is what we bring, this is the experience we have. We're passionate about supporting you, empowering you, enabling you. This is not about saying we've got the answers. It's about holding a space and enable you to tap the inner wisdom of the Grail within for you. But as part of that, you have to be realistic and say, actually, both of us together are really bringing, let's say it, decades of experience where we've been on our and continue to go on a spiritual inner journey. And I was just kind of reflecting on the fact that, you know, I'm an ordained interfaith minister and spiritual counselor. I've been initiated through men's rites of passage, so I'm initiated male. And of course, we both met through, I've also been dedicated as a goddess luminary leadership within the community in Avalon there, which was an amazing 2-year experience. And of course, yourself, Rachel, it kind of goes on and on. As you said, you're a dedicated priestess of Avalon, you're a trained healer, you're renowned, actually, you know, medium and channeler of Mary Magdalene. And of course, you're the founder of the Magdalene Code training, which I've been through, and it's quite amazing. So I just want to say that to those that are watching and listening, that there's a wealth of experience between the two of us, and we're really passionate about supporting you. So if that resonates with you, I think that's a really good reason. And kind of looking at yourself for those that are watching, this is a brilliant opportunity for you to actually bring all of your lifelong learning to the table and to go deeper, to ask those questions of depth and meaning to you that perhaps you haven't been able to ask before, or there's something bubbling up with you. Here's an opportunity for you. And going back to my previous point, it could well be that there's someone within the group, within these beautiful souls that turn up, that give insights, are able to support as well. So be learning, as Rachel said, I think, from one another. And my final thing is the place is important here, isn't it? That actually we're not just within Glastonbury, we'll be visiting St. Margaret's Chapel, we're visiting Glastonbury Abbey. This, for me, for my personal experience, has had a transformational impact on me. So, you know, my wish is it'd be also for likewise those that are coming and journeying. And I think finally, I just wanted to say, because we've come back, haven't we, Rachel? This sense, I believe the sense of this retreat is exploring this sacred union of the Grail within, Holy Grail within, through the divine feminine and the sacred masculine, and how tricky a journey that is. And I think as we've spoken, and this retreat hasn't just been done on the back of a cigarette packet overnight. As you said, we probably spent a year just sitting on it, working it, going through it. So as a sense of that, it was just reflecting on how to pull this together in a way that hopefully for those attending, they will get a sense of, I've got some clarity here, which I didn't have before, because we tend to see this work through our own lenses and perspectives. And we feel we're bringing something to the table, which is probably, I think, fresh, which will give people new insights. And no doubt they'll bring their insights to the table as well, Rachel.
Yeah, and I just wanted to add to that, because that is, I mean, this is it, isn't it? As far as we believe, the really the Holy Grail, the focus of the integration of the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine, right? Because this is what this time that we're in, this great shift, is about. It's going beyond separation and healing those wounds, both feminine and masculine. I've done a lot of work as a priestess and healer within myself with my wounded feminine, and obviously working with a lot of women with their wounded feminine. And you know, it's only really fairly recently have I been looking at my masculine, the wounded masculine within myself, and also as the feminine, what beliefs I hold about the wounded masculine, right, and vice versa. So I've heard you say before, it's a complex thing. And of course the ego only wants to make it more complex. Where actually it's probably much easier than we think it is, when we surrender to the divine consciousness within ourselves. And yeah, so I just wanted to add that, because actually only recently Mary Magdalene has been really helping me with looking at, so when I was in France, so I've just come back from the pilgrimage in France, this very work, bringing both together the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine within myself, and looking at some pretty uncomfortable parallel lives when I have been a male, a man before, and yeah, there was quite some juicy things to explore and to bring into awareness and return to love. Mary's always about helping us return to love, from where we've never left, and that is our wish for you. The greatest wish is to have the tools when you forget, to return to love, return to wholeness, beyond any separation, whether it be masculine, feminine, or whatever it is, those beliefs that keep you separate.
Absolutely. I love that. And I love that, return to love. And I quite often say that, I think we mentioned before on one of our other ones about people searching for a Holy Grail outside. When we do this work, we actually find the Holy Grail within, which then actually is return home to ourselves, which, as you said, was there all along. But the journey takes us home. And I think that's really important. And one thing has just come to me for those that are watching this, you most likely may be working with clients. You may well be helping others develop. And you're going to take away a number of tools from this retreat as well, just from the experience of us delivering our exercises, the tools we have, whether it's on your egoic stories and patterns, whether it's exploring the wounded feminine, wounded masculine, whether it's about, we're doing this thing about wisdom of conscious manifesting. So you're going to take away tools to work with. If you're a healer or working with people, with clients, you'll have tools to take away as well. So it's kind of, you're doing your own inner work and you'll also be able to help people likewise you leave. That's one of my wishes for this retreat as well. So it kind of ripples out, if that makes sense. It's not just you'll be doing your work, which have an impact, but then you may well be using, my goodness, that was a great tool. I'm going to use that here.
Absolutely, David. It's all there to be used for, as I said right at the beginning, for the highest good of all, including those beautiful souls that feel called to come and find their Holy Grail within, in the ancient Isle of Avalon. Yay!
I think you've just nailed it there, Rachel. I think that's a wrap, isn't it?
I think that's a wrap, David. Blessed be.
Yes, blessed be.